Listen, if you like me and you have zero friends, like literally zero friends, like nobody to hang out with, when you free, you don't never have nobody to do nothing with, like you have literally zero friends, just go out by yourself. Have fun by yourself. So last night, I always like go to restaurants and stuff by myself, but last night I went to like a club by myself and I was so nervous. I was having like anxiety attacks, everything, girl, before I got there. But when I got there, girl, the music was live, it was lit, it was people there, it was fun. Just go by yourself. I got a couple phone numbers. I seen some girls, they were trying to link, they wanted to go somewhere else afterwards, but I was tired. But yeah, just go by yourself. It'll be fun. Like, this is me confirming to you, it'll be fun. Stop being sad, stop having anxiety. Just go, just try it. It'll be fun. I promise you, it'll be fun.
Wait, you telling me we all 30 plus up in here and ain't got no friends? Well, hello, where y'all been all my life? Hey gang, hey solo girly gang. Listen, if you in the gang, hit a little comment below, little gang symbol, because I'm trying to see something. What's up? I'm so happy to have found my tribe. We gonna have a time on here, y'all. But it's even some girls in their 20s like, oh yeah, I don't have no friends either. So let me tell y'all, for the ones like, oh, I don't believe her, you know, everybody got friends this and the third. Let me tell you something. You probably ain't got no friends either, but you just don't know it yet. Now hear me out. So for my solo girlies, gang, we probably already experienced this either early on in life, like I talked about in my first video, or just throughout life. We understood the difference and have now defined the difference between an associate and a friend. So I never told y'all I didn't have any associates, because let me tell you something. I told y'all I'm about my business. I'm an IT babe. So I go to networking events. I speak as a keynote speaker at conferences and different things like that. So when I tell you I'm going to make these connections, I'm going to make these connections and I'm going to make associates, but those people are not my friend. When my man break my heart for the 15th time and I roll around on the 4 o'clock, I'm not calling those people. You know, when I get a promotion, if I get fired, whatever going on with me, I don't have people to call in those spaces. I'm even in a Bible study group. I might call them, okay, did y'all catch the sermon? I missed the sermon. Let's talk about the scripture. But I'm not talking to those people all the time about my intimate things, because these have not blossomed into friendships yet. One mistake I used to make in my past, and a lot of my solo girlies gonna feel me when I say this, is turning every associate into a friend and trying to make it a friendship. Just because you go out and drink with that person does not make that person your friend. Okay, just because y'all can shop together, y'all like the same 2-3 movies, that doesn't make your person your friend. So when I say I don't have any friends, I mean I don't have any friends. I have associates. But you know what? I am so excited that there are so many other women out here experiencing this. So go ahead and hit that comment gang below, because I'm really trying to see something. We finna it's us.
I hate it when girls say I will never be friends with another girl that has no friends, because I was one of those girls before. Some instances, the girls that don't have friends, because they're bad at picking good friends. That was me. I have ghosted so many girls. It took me way too long to learn that they were not being good friends. It is difficult making friends as a woman. I have been in girlfriend groups before, and I know the amount of drama that goes on. I know how catty girls can be to each other sometimes, even as friends. I've had friends who tried to talk to the person I was dating while I was dating them. I've had friends who told me that I was not going to succeed, I should just give up right now. I've had friends complain to me that I'm getting more attention when we go out, and they're upset by it. Sometimes it's not necessarily the person who doesn't have friends fault. Honest with you, in my case, a lot of times I wasn't really good at picking good friends. I didn't know what it meant to have a good friend. Most of the time, the girls that don't have friends, it is not by choice. It is by circumstance. It's by environment. It's by things that were likely out of their control. Trust me, no girl wants to not have any friends.
Any advice for women who doesn't have any friends? Go out by yourself. People think that you need friends. You don't need friends. You can go out by yourself and have the best time. You can meet people while you're out. You could talk to the random stranger at the bar. Sometimes you meet the best people when you're out alone. Y'all think that you always have to have a friend. You always have to have people around you. That's not true. You make friends. You talk to strangers. You get connections that way too. You don't feel obligated after you leave the place to keep contact with certain people, and sometimes you do keep contact with certain people, but you don't always need somebody with you. That's literally codependency. You said no friends, no problem. Exactly. Codependency. Like, if you can't make moves without being with another person, that's codependent. You need to be able to make moves and do what you want. And if they want to come and join you, meet you up there, have fun with you, great. But it's not necessary. I seen this lady eating by herself the other day when I was out. She looked happy as can be. People just don't care about, being with a bunch of people or not.
A woman with little to no friends or even a small circle, man, I don't care what y'all say, but she is a very confident, secure woman.
If you're still watching at this point, it's safe to say that you like this content. Go ahead and physically like it then. And while you're at it, subscribe to this channel because I occasionally drop videos like this. Let's continue with the show.
So as I go into my 30s, I really have no friends. I decided to end most of my relationships because they just no longer serve me. And someone asked me, well, who do you have to talk to now? God and ChatGPT. And that's all I need. I was venting to ChatGPT the other day, and that man said, you're doing great. I'm proud of you. I'm here whenever you need me. Like, what are we? You know what I'm saying? I don't need nobody. I'm cool.
I always see people say, like, if she don't have friends, then that's a red flag, like she's the problem, blah 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 blah. And in some cases that might be the case, but maybe, just maybe, what if God is trying to show you that you have a higher calling? What if God is trying to show you with every friendship that you have that fails, that, you know what, I have more for you, and in order for you to reach what I have called you to do, you need to be in isolation. You need to be separated. You are not like the rest of them. You are chosen. Maybe it's God showing you that you need to be a friend to yourself. You need to give yourself that love that you give those friends. You need to give yourself the loyalty that you give your friends. You need to give yourself that in order to reach what God has called you to do. If you are trying to reach new heights, become a new person, create a new lifestyle for yourself, that requires a lot of separation. And also, a lot of times we're befriending people based on our traumas. We're befriending people based on, the places that we liked as kids, the friends that we thought that we wanted as kids, So sis, if you're in a season and you feel like you're losing all your friends, you feeling like things have changed, you feel like people are being weird, you feel like people aren't supporting you, you're just feeling all these things. Sometimes it's not about conflict. Sometimes it's not about beefing. A lot of times it's just God separating you. He's separating you because you got things to do. Separating you so you can heal. He's separating you so that you can learn who you are at the higher calling, and then attract the people that are for you in that season. I'm learning.
If you are in your 30s and you don't have no friends, let me talk to you. This video is for you. Let me talk to you. If you got friends, go ahead and keep scrolling. We're not talking to y'all. We're talking to the girlies like me who is in their 30s and ain't got no friends. So I am an IT babe. I'm all about my money first and foremost, but I'm a travel enthusiast, and I'm a solo travel enthusiast. So people always ask me, well, why are you always going places by yourself, traveling out the country by yourself? Well, I do everything by myself. So that's really was just another thing to do because I ain't got no friends. So then people be like, well, why you ain't got no friends? And then they automatically go down this little mindset. They start assuming, oh, well, you must be a bad person. You must be the problem, blah, blah. Well, let me tell y'all, I done spent my hard-earned money in therapy just so I can come here and tell y'all that is not always the case, okay? It's not always that I'm the problem or whoever this woman is don't got friends over 30 is the problem. There are so many reasons why I feel like nowadays women in their 30s do not have friends or close friends. Okay, so I'm gonna give you, I'm gonna start my rant. I'm gonna start my long list, okay? Reason number one, a lot of us don't have any friends is because we moved around a lot when we were young. So this is for my military babies. I wasn't a military baby. I was an orphan. So I was in foster care, group homes, respite, you name it. So I moved around a lot. And even before I got into those homes, my mom, my biological mother, moved us around a lot. I went to 3 or 4 different elementary schools, 3 different middle schools, 4 different high schools, and I even went to 2 different colleges. So listen, I did not have that, I didn't establish those like long-term, oh yeah, we've been friends since kindergarten. So, I didn't have that to start with, okay? That's one reason why I ain't got no friends. Number 2 is because I did not understand. So even after, you get out of high school, you're in college trying to make friends, or even after college, if you never had those friendships, you don't know how those friendships work. So I did not know how to make these friendships, establish these friendships, be in these friendships. Like, I feel like there should be a whole girl code course on how to be in friendships with other women. And I know it sounds crazy, but I'm telling you how it feels to me. when you're trying to like navigate that space, is like dropping somebody in the wild and being like, oh, survive in here with these animals, because there is so many dynamics to a girl friendship that is crazy. And if you're not prepared and you don't know, baby, you're gonna be confused, you're gonna get ate up, lost, and you just gonna end up coming on out the group and just be like, you know what, I don't even want to do this no more.
A woman with no friends or a dot in her circle is a very, very secure woman. Trust and believe me.
I want to talk about women who are friendless, women who have no friends. Oftentimes when I hear discourse on this subject, the reasons we attribute to that situation are like, she's a man stealer, she's rude, she's mean, she's awful, or she's weird and strange, or she's drama. And all those things are true too. Those traits and tendencies might be the reason why some women find themselves without platonic relationships. I mean, I know some women who have those traits and tendencies and have plenty of friends, in spite of being mean or drama or man stealer. So it's something to think about, right? I want to offer other reasons why this happens. The first is you have women who are leaving all-consuming situations. So I've seen women who go into a total hole during motherhood, especially when the child is young, or they are in a very demanding job, and it becomes all consuming. And while they might have social connections, they have no friends, because that requires nurturing. So people fall off during the season. You're not engaging, calling, texting, because you're so consumed by these things that take up not just your time and energy, but like mental capacity. And when you emerge from these seasons, you realize like, oh my gosh, where did everybody go? The second reason could be because of a move. Now, a lot of women will say to me, you know, I moved to a new city and I feel like I'm starting over. I wish I had $1 for every time a woman assured me, oh, I have people, I really do. They're, you know, long distance now, but, you know, I need people here. And that's good. You should have people who can offer you like daily companionship and you can do life together, right? So you should have friends nearby, right? But they're friendless in that area because of that particular life transition. They're in a completely new place and kind of have to start from scratch and establishing ties. That's one. A lot of my high achievers, women who love their job and they are like in it and they're so worried about like conquering the next goal, next goal, next goal. Now they have some maybe surface level relationships, but a lot of these women secretly report to me not having like actual friends. And these are women who are likable and charismatic. They have no shortage of like social connections, but when we're saying friends, like a person you could call and be like, I'm really struggling, don't have anyone. Because whenever they get in a new situation or an opportunity to develop a new friendship, they're leading with their accomplishments. They're leading with the brand. They don't know how to operate in the other aspects of what they have to offer and who they are. That becomes their identity, is the business, the entrepreneurship, the job. And so they don't have friends, because friends, it's not necessarily about what you can do for them professionally. You might have a lot of professional colleagues and connections, but like friends, people who like you for you and what you can offer, but they rarely tap into that side of them. So they are friendless in that way. Another reason sometimes women find themselves in a season of friendlessness, I'm just throwing it out there, okay? If it don't apply, let it fly. They get involved with romantic partners who monopolize their time. And if these partners are especially controlling or guilt them for going out with friends or talking to friends or choosing friends instead of them, and they've been in that relationship long enough, it becomes very isolating. And I have a lot of women who come to me after that relationship is over. And they're like, man, I was so involved in this and I let this person dictate what I could do that I realized like my friendships fell off, and I haven't been positioning myself since to invite new connections into my life. And then another reason I want to offer is if a woman is in a season of change and her tastes are different, her worldviews have evolved, her interests have changed, and all of the connections she has were developed within those circumstances. And she realized that's going to require her to develop new ties. that woman might find herself in a season of friendlessness. And so I just want to throw that out there, because I know there's a stigma with friendlessness, and if I'm just keeping it totally real, there's even some research that finds that admitting that you don't have friends or talking about being friendless, it's not helpful, because people see you as a social risk, because they're wondering, why don't you have friends? And so I think that's why some people find themselves in a cycle, because you don't want to admit it, so you're not pursuing, you know, the goal of having those needs satisfied, because what do people think? It's a whole thing. If you are a woman who is in a season of friendlessness, I just hope that you feel validated.
So I cannot react. Damn, let's just be going outside.
Bet there's nothing left to do.
Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. So grateful that you are interested in my beliefs, experiences, and narrative of life. I want to encourage you to put your phone down and go experience things on your own. It is so easy for you to sit and watch all these podcasts, people experiencing their solo trips or their vacations, and you just live through them. I encourage you to get off your phone and experience it for yourself. I know it's not what YouTubers want to tell you, but I really want you to try and apply whatever you learned, hopefully good things, in real life. Because you knowing all this information just makes it theory without you applying them. Don't regurgitate what you just seen from us. I want you to experience things for yourself. Don't take my experience or any other YouTuber's experience on love, finances, or career as your experience. Make your own narrative for your life. It's your life. You need to experience it for yourself, not through our eyes. Go out there, meet people. I don't want you to go outside and be on your phone. I want you to meet people, enjoy new hobbies, dominate and take your space in this world. All right. With that being said, I want you to spread love, pursue purpose, and center God. See you soon.
So if you want to get yourself, everybody stick around, because we're going to have some fun and look at this.